Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Test for Collegiate series, home of the best names in esports. As we are just still waiting for the players a little bit to get ready here. Um, yeah, so overall, so how was BlizzCon for you? Awesome sauce.
BlizzCon for me, it was okay.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work the first 2 days. One of the days wasn't even officially BlizzCon.
yeah, I saw
Last day
like
was
10
pretty
hour
nice.
rehearsals, huh?
10-hour rehearsal.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
So do they have you like fake observe for those rehearsals, or is it like
Yeah.
what does that look like?
I start games. We check for things like screen tearing, frame rate, just all these different things, and then I'll do fake intros and fake observing. I mean, real observing fake games.
Oh, very cool.
10 hours.
Yeah, that sounds excruciating. Yeah. Yeah, and our producer Beardy was there as well. Um, yeah, Katz was there as well. I was at home. I painted my face like a skeleton,
I
and
saw that.
yeah, and I sat here on Halloween, and like I had people ask me like, "Hey, what are you doing on Halloween?" And I lied. I was like, I'm gonna watch a movie. That's what I'm gonna do in real life. And then I sat here alone in my room, eating some candy and casting StarCraft. I wouldn't have it any other way. the
That does sound pretty good. Next year, are you going to be joining us at BlizzCon?
Yes, absolutely, I'll be there.
Look forward to it. It's really fun. The best part is after BlizzCon, like after they
I've
close
heard
the stadium, when everyone goes and hangs out at the hotel.
that's awesome. Yeah, so the players are getting ready here. We have Jay taking on Light. It is going to be a fun time. Looks like we're having a little confusion on which map got vetoed and which map got picked. So might be an extra second or two here. Need to call their uncle, confirm who's vetoing what.
Yeah. What do they call their uncle?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I thought his name was Jay.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Silly me. Yeah, these collegiate players, man, they have some really creative names, and I really got to give them props for that. They really know how to keep a cast interesting. Because on you guys' screens, their names will look different a lot of the time. But for us, they're still very true to form.
Just
And
pay attention to when they GLHF.
yeah, it's like a little Easter egg. Oh man. So looks like we may need. I don't know. He said, "Can we change to a different map?" Dot dot dot. Sorry, and then immediately afterwards said, "But it is okay." So I don't know. I don't know if that means he wants the map to be changed or if he means it's okay. But either way, we'll be getting into that game not too long from now. Last few days to buy the war chest. If anybody hasn't, might already be gone. Actually,
Yeah,
was it yesterday, the
I
other day.
thought yesterday. Yeah.
So yeah, if you didn't buy the war chest, you suck. Sorry.
You can still level up the war chest.
Yeah, get yourself some XP.
Is that still going on? You can claim
That's
it.
why I think so. That's my favorite thing about watching like the bigger streams is watching so many people in the chat ask how to turn off the war chest extension. Like everybody loses their minds. They're like, this thing pops up every 10 seconds. If only there was a setting to turn it off right on the same
Yeah.
place where that is. If I only clicked that and flipped off that switch.
If only I read my screen instead of screen capping it, making an angry Reddit post, asking people about it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's a ton of fun. I also get messages from people. If I say anything in chat, like every day I'll get at least one or two messages saying, "Hey, can you unban me from the StarCraft chat? I didn't say anything bad. I just said that Zerg was OP and Raynor should be killed." It's like, what do you mean? Of course you got banned. What are you doing? So Disco Bloodbath is going to be the map now. He did not want to face Light on Winter's Gate. Light, a very scary Zerg player. I knew him back when he was a wee lad on Lost in Translation. I was a lowly gold player at the time. And he was still GM. He was still kick ass at StarCraft.
Yeah, he's been GM for more than 5 years.
Yeah, which is really impressive to be that consistent. How long have you been a GM player now, Awesome Sauce? Like officially speaking.
We don't really talk about that. How long have you been
Well,
GM?
yeah, yeah. You could just ask me how long have I been Masters, and I would have the same response. Disco Bloodbath coming up here, guys. Jay versus Light. It's gonna be a good one. As we'll keep an eye on them chatting here, giving us some good luck and have fun. PVZ goodness. I love PVZ. 2 Masters players this time, guys. For those of you wondering about the MMR, so should be a little bit of
Technically,
a balance of the match.
one of them is not Masters any longer. It still shows Masters, but their MMR is now Diamond.
Very cool. Oh
Keep
wait,
that a secret between us, though.
All right, guys, here we go for the bottom right-hand side of Disco Bloodbath in the red from USC, looking to keep his team alive. It is Jay.
In the top left-hand side, the blue Zerg player trying to close out the series for his team. It is LIQHT, otherwise known as Light.
LIQHT. That's good. I would definitely mess that up trying to say that.
Oh. Jay is the one trying to close out the
Hey.
series. NASL score guy.
Got him.
So both players just still opening standard here. There's not a lot going on.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Well, yeah, I'm curious to see how Light plays this. He is typically not one to do anything too crazy or cheesy. Just a very solid player, right? I'm also I haven't seen Jay play at all. Have you seen him in any of the other weeks?
I haven't actually. I was looking at the player list and I didn't even see him on there.
Yeah, maybe he changed his name.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't. I think you should keep this one though. This one is pretty good. Oh, he did apparently actually change his name, so that is what it is.
Do we know what his old name was? What?
We're paging production. They're rifling through the notes. We don't have it in our system, so
Bad.
4 links on the way now for Light, and yeah, Jay's secret will stay safe for now of his past identity. Ooh, robotics facility. Okay.
That'd be nice. Nice, change it up. We see a lot of Stargates nowadays, Oracles.
Yeah, like
Just
Resident Sleeper,
boring.
am I right? Like, get
Yeah.
that stuff out of here. Give me Immortals to the face. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
Oracles, more like Snoracles.
Oh! That's really good.
Thanks.
All right, this Dept is looking for something. A couple of Lings moving through the center. Third base going down without incident here for Light. And yeah, what are we going to be seeing from this Robo? Is it going to be normally I would think like a faster Warp Prism, but there's only just the one gateway, and of course Warp Gate's still quite a ways away.
If I had to guess, I would say 3 units minimum. An Observer, an Immortal, and a Warp Prism.
Let's see.
Not in that order.
Wow. Of course. The Warp Prism gets started up. He adds on a Forge as well. Very interesting.
Probably some macro play. Maybe we'll see him go out to take his 4th shortly. I mean,
Yeah.
3rd, not 4th.
Yeah, I gotcha. And Nubiti's Carapace on the other side is getting taken, so Light will be able to get a scout sooner than later. Well, unless the Stalker has anything to say about it, getting some nice hits on actually the only Overlord on this side of the map. Light only sending the 1. Afraid of that Stargate opener and didn't want to lose those to any Phoenixes before their due time, and now he's going to send it around and try and get that information.
12 Lings on the way for Light. Maybe looking to deny a 3rd or just get a little bit of map control at least. Here's some Lings to run forward.
It'll time out pretty nicely. That Warp Prism was heading over there trying to clear this out, and now gets this guy surrounded. Commits a force field there.
That's, I think that's a pretty big mistake. Essentially, it's a lot better to have the Hallucination Scout or just a force field in a more important engagement than that.
Ooh, yeah, and then the Warp Prism flies past the Overlord on the first pass, so it will indeed be able to get a full scout. Those Zerglings are going to take down the low depth. Oh, and they wiggle all the way in. Oh, how's
Yeah,
this
now
go? Oh, they're one for soccer. Ooh.
There's the Warp Prism there. He should be able to save the soccer in the sentry.
Oh, man. Sentry goes down. These Lings still wreaking havoc. The Overlord lived as well. Oh, man.
Not having a good time
be able
here.
to clear this out, but man, that is a nice bit of advantage for Light here right off the bat.
Yeah, only losing 8 Lings, picking off a sentry. That's the big thing. And getting the full scout. Another Overlord coming in, seeing even more gates being dropped down.
Yeah, this is
Light
so
knows
huge.
Everything that's happening. So it looks like it will be a +1 attack coming out from Jay with, I guess, 2 Immortals and Sentries.
Yeah,
no
just
charge or anything. Yeah, just
a slow zealot soul train going on. I don't hate it, especially against it is going to be roaches coming out from Light. I think there is potential here, but he's just going to be in he's going to be very hard pressed where he has to do a lot of damage with this. Third base is going to start to come down, where at the same time Light could be looking for a fourth. I think right now he's just going to be pumping out army to make sure he can match this.
A Twilight Council now coming down. It feels like Jay is he's not really committing to anything. He went for the fast Warp Prism, didn't use it for anything. The Forge got the +1, but then it like dropped 8 gates, but not attacking. So I'd really like to see him commit to anything here.
Yeah, I agree. And now this one Zergling confirms that there is a third base going down, and Light has about double the army supply. I'm curious if he'll end up moving out anytime soon. He might be waiting for his +1 missile, and of course that roach speed getting taken as well. This Overlord is still just chilling right over the base, and the Chrono Boost onto nothing actually researching. The ultimate mind game. Oh, here we go. Moving to the center.
Yeah, Jay moving forward with his Sentries and Immortals, warps in some Zealots. They don't have charge just yet, though. Light did go back into droning because an attack came through, but he still does have quite a large army. And Jay, seeing that large army, decides to just back on up. We'll work on macroing, starts some more probes, starts +2. And Light sees the army move back, so he knows he's safe to take his 4th base.
Yeah, really nice stuff here for Light, as he now throws out as if his station pit going to be getting set for this next stage of the game. Continue to add on roaches, and yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious what this strategy ends like for Light, like what the next part of this composition is. If he's just going to be going straight for a ton of roaches and just trying to march at the front, and buying time for a tech transition behind it. He is adding on a Baneling Nest now as well, which will be, of course, a necessity against a lot of charge lots.
With that Baneling Nest against that many sentries, I'd like to see maybe some drops. Oh, Nidus going down as well. That's always good in this meta. Light is moving across the map.
It's pretty decent.
Roach Ravager Ling.
All right, Light on the doorstep here, looking to put down this team. Base. Oh man, a great start at the front, charging forward. No force fields!
Ah! The bios now and everything.
Get him out of there!
Warp Prism despite their tasks, and Immortal not shooting.
Oh
Light's
no!
Swarming this army.
This is a slaughter in the center of the map.
It looks like Jay was looking at the Ling run by in his main base when Light came forward and kind of just crushed that army.
Man, yeah, that is disastrous. 35 always fights for 100 here. Light marching forward and looking so good right now. Will indeed be able to take down this third base at the very least. A couple of Archons trying to get made. Some Zealots and an Immortal coming around from the back. Trying to clean this up if he can, but that Immortal now stands alone. The first Archon's about to pop.
Yeah, and with this army and this third base going down, it looks like Light's gonna tie up this series between UCSD and USC. Reinforcing Nidus is popping up behind with some swarm hosts in it. He's ready if this is attacked in the work. He's going to abuse Jay.
Yeah, that was a clinical game there from Light.